It's a scandal because no one's been brought to justice.
Children hit, kicked and locked inside alone for hours.
What do you want to happen now?
Justice. Justice for my son. My son's future has been destroyed.
Today, we reveal the reality of abuse in so-called calming rooms and what the school did in response.
Calming room report, David Gloria. 11:17, staff recording David saying, "I don't understand."
Ricardo says his son was regularly placed in seclusion at Whitefield. In this report, he was observed for 3 hours.
12:59, eating head with his own hands. 13:13, urinating on the floor, crying.
Ricardo, a police officer, was so appalled he demanded to see footage.
My son was by himself in that room, in a panic state, crying, self-harm, back then for water. They just ignore him.
David, how did that make you feel inside being placed in the rooms?
I was sweaty, I was angry, I was upset. And they don't listen to me, they let me do wee in the floor.
In 2021, CCTV footage from inside the rooms was discovered, despite them being shut 4 years earlier. The police investigated, but no charges were brought.
Now, we've uncovered a catalogue of physical and emotional abuse against some of the most vulnerable children in the country, many unable to speak.
Children were pushed into rooms with rhino pads, slammed against doors and left naked sitting in urine. We've learned that one boy, Ashley, was sectioned 3 years after leaving the school.
You would associate these practices with putting an animal in the cupboard, not a human being.
We've discovered that Ashley was pinned up against a wall and hit with such force his body was described as jolting, aged just 12.
We've been let down and we're left in the dark. We don't know all the details about what Ashley's been through. We should be given that by right.
We can also reveal that the school's own investigations proved that 6 members of staff had abused its pupils, but none were sacked.
It's also judged that a staff member should be referred to the barring service, but this wasn't done and they continue to teach pupils today.
It just is totally unacceptable. The child here clearly must have felt punished and imprisoned.
We took our findings to the Children's Commissioner.
I'm shocked and horrified. There is no place for that in this country and it needs to be stopped immediately. Action really needs to be taken in situations like this. So I'd be very shocked to see any member of staff who'd had that proved, those kinds of allegations proved against them working with children.
The school told us its new leadership immediately shared the footage with the police when it was discovered. It said 3 staff members who continue to work there had received extensive training. It added that it was not legally obliged to make DBS referrals because they were not withdrawn from their roles, only suspended. The BBC has spoken to 9 of the 39 families involved. They told us they've been misled about the use of isolation and repeatedly denied access to the footage.
Calming room, it was a cell, but the only crime David has is special needs.
Noel Titheridge, BBC News.